Yo, 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 what's going on? It's your boy Cannon King back with another episode of The Music Ain't a Sound, It's a Feeling. Today I wanted to talk about the game's documentary Free album, which was released today. And I wanted to go through some of the various tracks that I listened to. So let's go for it. The first record was Jesus. From the first listen, this record is like a man about to go to war and he's smashing and beating his way through anything trying to slow or knock him down. Intro is hard hitting in your face, exactly what the game is when anyone has a problem, doesn't back down from nobody, and he's going to say something whether you like it or not. Instant favorite for me. Shout out to TB Hits and London on the track on this one. Pure fire on the boards, man. I think that's just the best way to come out with the launch of your album, man. It's exactly what I would expect, and then some from the game. The next record was Love It or Hate It. This is track number 2. I love this cut strictly for the strong nostalgia the record has from its original predecessor, which is of course Hate It or Love It, featuring 50 Cent. For me, it sounded like a remix rather than a remake. I really enjoyed the Bobby Cadwell sample with the Do for Love. That was a really nice touch. And I felt Snoop Dogg also complemented the record really well. Can't complain on that one. The next super highlight for me on the album was Scary Times. I enjoyed how this record was put together sonically, particularly the mix with the beats, samples, and the raps. It sounded like a track that could be the soundtrack on a movie. And again, shout out to TB Hits and Papatino, who are the music producers behind this record. I feel like the game was really in his usual bravado on the raps. So it's everything we've grown to love and expect from the game, rap wise. Track 7, which is No Breaks, featuring Drake. I felt like this was a street bop LA banger. Drake smacking the hook like a bad bitch. Nah. The game talking that talk and I really wanted a verse from Drake on this one. But it didn't happen. This happens. Maybe he wasn't in the vibe, but he wasn't in that pocket. But he did really dope on the hook. Again, shout out to TB Hits on the music production. I can see that he was the one executively producing on here, so he's doing his thing, man. Track number 14 is Baby, featuring Kalan and Armani J. I really love the sample from Ashanti's Baby 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 record. I thought that was really cool. It was nice to get a slow cut from the game, from the usual intensity and hard beats and strong raps. It was nice to hear him take it back a notch and just chill. A mellow bop. Unfortunately, I couldn't find out who made this one. Maybe it's part TB Hits and someone else, but I really enjoyed this cut. It was nice to hear game controlled, calm, in a peaceful manner. You know what I mean? The next track was Meet the Parents. Man, I think this is one of the big standouts on the album. Hearing the game and his storytelling vibe on this particular song was incredible. I felt he was in his pocket and he was talking about very serious and painful topics on life, which he's always been quite open about. Again, executively made by TB Hits, and then it featured production from somebody who I've been really enjoying as of recent, which is Conductor Williams. He's from like the West Side Guns camp. He's been as of recent on fire with the production, man. So it was very cool to hear him on here. And again, for me on this record, this was a testimony to an artist picking the right beat, and then the magic literally just writes itself. The game's emotion is high on this one, and I feel it. It resonates. It's really strong. If you had to hear one song off the album, listen to Meet the Parents. Big highlight, man. The next track, I loved how these two songs flowed on the album. So from Meet the Parents, it's now on to track 21, which is The Pen, which is made by, again, TB Hits and Static Selector. I think music production wise, this was the cleanest one on the album for me. When I was listening to it on my AirPods, it hit all the right frequencies in my ears for high class enjoyment of high quality music. I really enjoyed the Young Jeezy ad libs on this too. It was a really nice touch. And I just felt the game was riding the beat on a chill one while still talking on very, very heavy topic matters. I believe he discussed, about the passing of his own father, and he expressed that his mother has not been too well, and just realizing the importance of staying close to those that you really love. Very heartfelt. I felt like the writing on this particular song was like a therapy session. The game really exudes excellence when he's in this bag. It has to be said. You gotta give him respect for his penmanship, and ironically, the song's called "The Pen," so that all goes hand in hand. The music production, again, I felt like it was a throwback, a back in the day feel, but it was a feel that just felt very reminiscent, remembering. Again, another very well methodical picked beat. Excellent. The last track for me, the big highlight on the album, was Game, Recognized Game, featuring Marsha Ambrosia and Celavi. I feel like every time the Game and Marsha Ambrosius hook up musically, it's just magic in music form. Her vocals were so beautiful on this record. The thing I love about this record as well is how naked it sounds. It's very stripped down. It's very empty. It's like the Game is having a sincere conversation with his own conscious, and he's just getting thoughts off of his chest. The orchestral feel is so minimally used, but when it's used, it brings out this record to another dimension. I think that's, again, testimony to the music producers on the record, again, being TB Hits and Boosie. This record is very well put together, and I would consider it another huge standout record on the Documentary Free album. I feel like these are the type of records that last forever and can stand the test of time. So, we've always known the game to be capable of making such records. It's what puts him in a high band. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's my review of the Documentary Free. Let me know, which songs were you feeling from the album? Did you enjoy the records that I highlighted in my review of the album? Let me know. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's help grow the channel now. I'm at 58 subscribers, so we're getting in, man. We're getting it in slowly, bit by bit. But I need more of you to come and interact with your boy, you know what I mean? I wanted to say thank you to the Game for allowing me to hear this journey too on the Documentary Free album. The fact that he's been in the game this long, pun intended, is a huge blessing. We're very lucky to still have the Game active and putting out quality music. So salute to you. Until the next review, stay safe, take care, peace.